Did you know that cottage cheese is actually made completely raw? My name is Olga, and today on Balanced and Tasty we're making cottage cheese. Trust me, you try it once and you're never going to buy cottage cheese at the grocery store. So let's begin. I'm using this beautiful Dutch oven. We need 1 gallon of milk. The best milk for homemade cottage cheese is milk with the least amount of preservatives. So find at the grocery store milk that doesn't have a very long expiration date, like this one. So here comes our gallon of milk. And now we're going to add 3 spoons of sour cream. You can also use yogurt, just simple yogurt without any additives or sugar. I would say those spoons are supposed to be hippen, so it's probably like this. So it's probably more of like 4 spoons of sour cream. Here goes our sour cream. And now we need to mix it all. Our sour cream is in the pan, and I can tell you right away that mixing will be easier with this whisk. And just mix it really well. Like I said, it is a very quick process. Now we're going to heat this pan to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's go do it. So I'm turning my stove on 6, but it needs to be a very slow process. Just get it to 100 degrees, that's all we need. Okay, we're all good. 100 degrees. So here's our warm milk with sour cream. I'm going to cover it with the lid, and it's gonna go to a warm place. Just find the warmest place in your house. I'm going to put it next to the heater on the 2nd floor, but you can just leave it in the warmest room in your house. And I will show you what it's going to look like in 1-2 days. It took 48 hours for our milk to be solidified like this. So now we have to cut it like this. We're just making first small stripes. And then we cut across. And now we're making small squares. Just to give it a little bit of air in between. I preheated my oven to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and now we're going to send this future cottage cheese to the oven for 90 minutes. And after 90 minutes is over, we're gonna turn off our oven and leave it there for about 2 hours. My cottage cheese spent 4.5 hours in this oven. For an hour and a half, it was sitting at the temperature 200 Fahrenheit. And then I turned the oven off, and it spent 3 more hours in the oven. You can see all the beautiful pieces of cottage cheese separated from the whey. And this whey could be used for making crepes or pancakes. It's a wonderful thing. But now let's strain our cottage cheese. I'm going to be using a simple strainer. I already can tell that it's going to be incredibly tasty. This is the way we were making cottage cheese when I was growing up. And my grandmother and my mom, we always made it exactly this way. Sometimes we also added a little bit of salt in the end. I think everyone should add salt if they feel they need it. And now I'm gonna put the strainer and the bowl into the fridge, and then we will weigh our beautiful cottage cheese. Our cottage cheese spent 3 hours in the refrigerator, and this is how it looks by now. I promised to give you a weight of the cottage cheese we're getting. Here's my empty bowl, and I'm just going to plump this cheese here. And as you can see, it's 1024 grams, which is more than 2 pounds of cheese. And this cheese is way more than cottage cheese that you're used to. This is kind of like a mix of mozzarella and cottage cheese. Let's cut a piece and you will see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to cut a slice. And it slices very easily. And this is what it looks like. It's absolutely beautiful. It looks almost like mozzarella. And I'm going to give it a taste right now, but I will be adding a little bit of cherry jam, which I made yesterday. So here's my cherry jam, and I will link the recipe right here. Just a small spoon. I don't make cherry jam very sweet. This cheese does taste almost like a cheesecake. If I added a little bit of sugar, it would literally taste like a cheesecake. Please try it and write in the comments how you liked it. Did you add salt, sugar, jam, or maybe even tried making cottage cheese pancakes like I have on my YouTube channel? Thank you for being today with me, and I hope to see you soon on my channel, Balanced and Tasty.